Sign some guys.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, live from the Xfinity studio. We've got Rudo, we got AJ, we got Bailey on the eve before free agency. It's not as exciting as Christmas Eve or some of the other holidays, and especially not with this free agency class.
Give me the day before the trade deadline, the day before free agency over Christmas Eve. Christmas sucks.
You are a Christmas hater.
It's just, it's very stressful and it's very traumatic.
Understandable.
I
It
can,
is just
I
not
can
my
understand. Yeah, not a whole lot of exciting things going on in the free agency world, but for what it's worth, it does start tomorrow on July 1st. So we're going to spend most of today kind of drafting our top free agents in a class that is not very exciting.
Yeah, it's not gonna. You're gonna look at the names on the list, and those are gonna be some of the best available players, and they're not that good.
Yeah, we're talking like, we're going to talk through some of these guys and it's going to be like, here's a middle six option.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if this guy gives you 40 points this year, you probably feel pretty
Nailed
good about it.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to get to that here in a second, but did want to kind of briefly touch on something else that happened today. First day of development camp.
Yeah.
All three of us were there, and not a whole lot of exciting action to talk about, but wanted to ask you guys your standouts from each group.
First group, I was fixing sprinklers at the house, so all you guys.
Yeah. Group one, I was pleasantly surprised with Beckett Hamilton. Not that he's like amazing or anything, but he's a guy who was drafted because of his heart and his work ethic and that type of thing. And you don't necessarily expect him to stand out as much in drills that are, let's see how much high skill you can do.
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's drills. Take it with a grain of salt. There's not a defenseman breathing down your neck. You have a bunch of open ice. The goalies are going to get ruined because that's just the situation that it is in. But Hamilton was solid. I really liked his finishing ability. I think he looked pretty good. We knew the effort was there, but actually executing the drills and showing that he can handle the puck and do some good stuff. Really like that from him in group one. And then ALLCITY, I also really liked for the... It may be a little bit unfair because this is his second one, but...
Nothing unfair about that. This is Rylan Kovacevic's fourth, and he's terrible.
Right. But the thing, one of the things you look at in these dev camps is which of these kids have that polish to their game that are a little bit cleaner, a little bit better at executing everything, and that was ALLCITY today for me. He looked like a guy that was a cut above in that regard and is ready to take that next step. I know he's going back to college next year again, but when he wants that contract, I think it's pretty much his, and then we get to see what happens at the pro level for him. And then in group two,
Not a whole lot.
I don't know that it means a lot, but I like Nikita Shimnikov in that group.
Yeah.
He's 23 and these kids are 18, so he better look good at something like this. But look, AJ and I are suckers for a smooth skating defenseman. So
Especially one with the Shimnikov size.
yeah.
Yeah. There weren't a whole lot of standouts, period, in group two. I think I was a little disheartened by, I don't know if I even want to call it a step down because Linus Funk looked fine last year.
He looked like
He looked
disinterested in being there today.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah, last year I didn't mind him at all. Like I was kind of, I know he was hurt.
Yeah.
But like there's promise.
Yeah,
Like there's
but it was
something
coming
there.
right off the draft and we were watching video and we were excited about it, and seeing this year, it was...
Not great, Bob.
I don't know. I cannot remember the last time we saw a guy who had as bad a body language as he did today.
Yeah.
Like just bailing on drills. Everybody else is doing specific things and he just coasts. He's rounding off his
Cal?
corners.
Yep.
He's not talking to anybody. Martin Kaut was different.
Okay.
That was he was a different kid. He worked hard during the drills. He just had bad conditioning. And then when something didn't go his way, he was a powder. Funk today just didn't even get it geared up.
Yep.
Yeah. Did not look like he wanted to be there at all. For what it's worth, that body language didn't really change in the locker room.
Good.
So
Love that.
Nope.
that's
Well, and I think it's really important to note development camp, as you mentioned, Bales, like this is not something that you're going to go into and be like, oh my God, this guy's shot is amazing, right? Because it's not hockey situations. These are drills. This is practice.
Yep.
And with that in mind, like you don't want to make too much of good and you don't want to kill a guy for bad. And the reason that what we didn't like with Funk today was that it was body language, it was effort, it was the controllable. It had nothing to do with hockey. He really, truly, Rudo said it. It looked like he didn't want to be there. But what you do want to take stock of, who's talking to the coaching staff? Who's yucking it up with the guys?
Yeah.
Who's fitting in? You know, none of these guys really know each other. It was basically total strangers in a very brief environment. They're going to spend 3 hours on the ice this week with these guys. And they're going to do a bunch of off-ice stuff, and then they may never talk to some of these guys ever again.
Yep.
Like, that's very, very likely the case for the majority of them. And one guy that really stood out to me in that, how is he fitting in, was Sean Carrier.
Yeah.
He was into it. He was engaged with everybody. When everything ended, he goes over every single coach. He's stick taps and fist bumps to every coach, multiple players. He helps put the pucks away. Got a big smile on his face. That is a guy that is engaged. That is a guy that loves being out on the ice. And that's what you want when you're drafting guys. You want guys that want to be there, not just somebody who happened to be good at hockey and this is just what they always did and it's what they did with their friends. This is a job.
Yep.
This is a career. It's a profession, and it requires a certain love on the inside for just this process. Oh, I want to go out and I want to practice. And Sean Carrier looked like he had that in spades today, and made me. That guy, we were joking. He needs to eat a lot of chicken McNuggets. Like there needs to be a lot of McDonald's on his DoorDash. He has to bulk up. There's got to be. He needs to add 20 pounds to his frame. He has to get a lot stronger. But he's 18, like right. Almost all of these guys do. And the intangible stuff that you can actually take away from some of this, Sean Carey, I loved.
I will say, just for context, too, no Shilov, no Ellefson, no Nabokov, no Gulyayev. A lot of the Avs' top 10 prospects aren't at this.
For obvious reasons, no Brenly, no TJ Hughes. Like those guys are, they don't do these things
now. Yeah. But just when we're talking about, there isn't a ton of guys that really stood out, it's because a lot of the guys that would stand out just aren't there.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I like that you brought up Sean Carrier. I'm a little biased here because I got to talk with him after his session, but Teddy Lechner, a sweetheart. I really liked watching him.
Yeah, me too.
Out there too, and a little lanky, but he's got some.
That's a guy that
growth.
There's a frame to add a lot of strength to. He could add a lot to his build, and if he can keep the mobility that he showed today, there's something there. He's very obviously 17 years old, and his puck handling, like, again, we don't want to make too much of like drills when guys do really well, but when they really struggle to just basically handle basic elements of the puck, it was tough to watch at times with Teddy Lechner.
It's one of those things I think applies to Monaro a little bit too.
Yeah.
That you are not shocked by these things. We knew these shortcomings from their draft profiles.
Yeah, well, and we watched their video.
Right. But you're always coming into a dev camp and you're hoping that they surprise you. Right?
Yeah.
You're hoping they show a little bit more than what you've seen on tape. You're hoping that maybe the scouts didn't quite get it right on some of their shortcomings. And then you see, now the puck skill is a problem. Something he's going to have to work on and improve over the next, let's be real, it's probably like a 5 or 6 year path for someone like Lechner.
To the NHL, for sure.
Yeah.
I think with Lechner and Monaro, you're looking at them and saying college careers.
Yep.
Right? Like, let's get through their college career and we can talk.
Yep.
If they force a decision before then,
great.
Fantastic.
You win. You won. Yeah.
Fantastic.
You talk about that whole want to be there attitude too. 9 camp invites at this year's development camp. Grant Deshawn and Torkel Generso also stood out to me in that first group too. Talk about guys who have the kind of motor and the shot. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of stock to be held there.
Did you make the second guy up?
I'm sitting here reading his name right here.
I choose to pronounce it Jenner's Joe.
I like Jenner's Joe is funny because it makes it sound like it's Boone Jenner's cup of coffee.
I'm just trying to say he's from Sweden, so like there's some options here.
It's an interesting dichotomy when you see Grant Deshawn, you're like, I understand how he ended up at this camp.
No kidding.
And then you see a random Swedish kid that you're like, how did you even get here? Like,
yeah.
What viewing did a scout, did the European, did Val Kaminsky see, you know, or whoever the Euro scout is? I think he's just Russia. But their scout saw like one random viewing of him and you're like, that's how you ended up here? Most likely. That's crazy.
No, like those were two in group one that also kind of stood out to me during the forward drills. So
it should also be noted that guys who are invites have everything on the line.
They're
here.
going 110%.
This might be the only shot that they ever get in front of NHL brass this way. So like they have to have it. And if there's a problem with those guys, it's the easiest cut of the world.
Oh yeah. So yeah, just thought it was interesting there. For what it's worth, got 2 more days of this. So yeah, it'll be.
Tversnik is large.
He was winning me over. I like him.
Just because of the size.
It's so
The
hard.
size, it started with the size, and then it started with watching him. And then in direct comparison with the kid that they gave the ELC to, who looked awful. Speaking of guys that didn't want to be there, the goaltender who they signed to the ELC.
Novoselav.
Yeah,
Novoselav, that's what it is.
did not look even
That was like,
remotely interested.
I got an ELC. I'm chilling.
Yeah,
kind of.
I told Rudo that. I was like, he has a contract. He doesn't care about any of this.
I also like the best goalie in the world would get lit up in these drills. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do in that? Like, you've got the 15 minutes. As I was telling you this earlier too. It was like, you got the first 15 minutes. You can get the individual coaching. You can get talked through then. And then they're just like, okay, go have fun.
Go get lit up. Go face a bunch of 2-on-0s. And one of their drills, it was like 7-on-1 where they were just changing teammates.
If you stop it, you're like, all right,
whoever has the
great,
puck is on
cool.
offense now.
Yeah.
There you go. Try to survive. That's really all I've got from Dev Camp, unless you guys have anything to add there and we can move on.
No, I think I'm good.
Cool. And then we get to free agency, which, again, as I mentioned, we've been talking about this for weeks. Not a very exciting class this year at all. But we're going to try to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the worst UFA classes in recent memory because mainly, who's the headliner?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Radish for the defense, right? He signs. Then it was supposed to be Carlson. He gets traded on, supposedly going to get a deal done. Like,
Are we at Rasmus Anderson?
Probably.
That's the bet. And Anthony
Patrick
Mantha.
Kane? I don't know.
Victor Arvidsson, maybe like the top forward.
I'm sitting here looking at this list, and you've got Logan
Ovi-
Stanley as one of the top 10 defensemen.
Ovi just needs to
Blankenberg.
shock everyone and sign somewhere else. All right, that would
my
be
God.
that
That would be
a
the great
story.
headliner
Yeah.
of free agency. He's not going anywhere.
Well, and even then, you get such a diminished version of the player that it's just shocking because of his name.
Ovechkin.
Yeah,
Like that's
it true. It would be shocking, but it's also like, how much better did that team get today?
I mean, depends on who it
little.
is.
A little bit better.
If it's Vancouver, maybe a lot better.
He signs in Vancouver.
Be so funny.
I quit.
God. Yeah, there's a lot to be made from the names that exist currently. Before we get into drafting them, though, we do have to hit our first ad break of the show, shout out some sponsors, and then we'll get into the fun, I guess.
The official vehicle of DNVR is Toyota. Toyota has always had trucks as part of their DNA. For generations, they've built durable legends that are destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. Whether you're hauling the weight of the world or conquering off-road trails, there's a Toyota truck or really any Toyota vehicle that's right for you. Whether it be the Tacoma, the Land Cruiser, the RAV4, the 4Runner, or even a sedan. 17 different models with all-wheel or four-wheel drive available, and Toyota currently offers more low and zero-emission vehicles than any other automaker out there. 16 different hybrids to choose from, even hybrid trucks like the Tundra iForce Max. You can get in with Toyota today at your local Front Range stores, including AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, not just the official vehicle of DNVR, but the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche. Get yourself into a Toyota today. I already mentioned a bunch of them, but you got the Grand Highlander. You can go simple with a Corolla, whatever it might be. Get a Toyota. Let's go places.
All right, the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. As a person who just recently moved back to Colorado, I can tell you this is exactly what I did when I needed to get internet in my new place. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. There's no annual contract, no hidden fees, and if Xfinity's best equipment is included. Take it from me, a lot can change in 5 years. I mean, a lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable and the price should stay put. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that.
Amount of people who traded for him in the Roast My Roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
And
like
we're
him.
back here at the DNVR Avalanche Podcast. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this draft of players. There's
I mean, accurate, Tiff.
the graphic gods, i.e. Tiff, have decided that AJ is going first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shoot. I wasn't prepared for that. Okay, I don't think they can afford it, and I definitely have serious concerns because they've got $5.6 million. They need 2 forwards and a defenseman, so it's tough to then go out and get one of the top guys.
It's a world where they only need 1 forward.
But yeah. Well, that's what I did with my.
Same, yeah.
I put Brent Burns in my press box in my Roast My Roster because I said he could be your extra forward too. So I'm going to start my list with Victor Arvidsson. I really like the player. I've always really liked the player. He's super smart. He's a tryhard despite I think he's only 5'9". He doesn't play like a 5'9" guy.
Yeah.
The problem is small guys, when they start getting hurt, they rarely stop. Last year was a clean year for him and he was really good, really productive. I am nervous that Arvidsson's season last year was the dead cat bounce.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay for the collapse.
Sure.
They already have enough agent question marks that rolling in with Arvidsson is probably going to be a problem. But in this world, we're drafting the free agents that we like the most for the Evs. So that's where I'm starting. I like Arvidsson. I think he would be a really fun fit.
Fair. Just because I think it would be like he's probably my favorite option on the list of available defensemen. Give me Mario Ferraro.
Even with the 6 that they have?
Even with the 6 that they have. Eventually Brent Burns has got to go. That's where I'm looking
At exactly
at this.
game 60.
Josh Manson is not going to stay healthy
That's
for
also
84
true.
games.
Yeah.
They added more games for Josh Manson. He's not staying healthy.
No.
The fact that he made it through last year was great, but it's not going to stick. You have to worry about it. My only concern there, it's the same with Arvidsson, the price tag.
The price tag is going to be huge.
If you could get him
Price tag's
for a
tough.
reasonable number, I have been the leader in the clubhouse of the Mario Ferraro fan club for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when
So-
someone gives him $7 million,
Yeah.
I will also recoil.
Yeah. I really like Ferraro on the available list because otherwise you're looking at John Carlson, Rasmus Anderson, Jacob Trouba, who I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge money for a guy that
Yeah, a lot of
Not
money
even are they going to play for you, but do they make you better?
Yeah. And I think of the available guys here, like Mario Ferraro is the best on this list that I'm looking at least the one that catches my eye the most. That's a huge point.
He's certainly the youngest, and he had such a solid year in a tough environment in San Jose, which is a big reason why I'm a believer in him in a different environment and not top pairing minutes, but like you give him a little bit of a different role and see what he does. Give him a better environment, and I've always believed that you'll see a better version of him.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going to go. I don't think it happens for the Avs for what it's worth. I think it's wishful thinking just because of that price tag, and everybody is getting their bag this year. But
no
that's
kidding. Jordan Spence got $5 million.
Craziness.
I don't understand.
It's fine. Rudo.
Well, he wasn't available until about 10 a.m. this morning.
This is why I didn't want to go first.
I'm going with Jonathan Drouin.
Yeah.
You're a believer in
Not only
the
is there
return?
familiarity there, I think there's a guy who reasonably you could get on a somewhat affordable deal unless someone does something stupid.
Well, you consider the money he's making, he will continue to make from the buyout.
Right. It's 2.6, I think.
He doesn't need a big contract
Right.
here. You might be able to reasonably get him for $1 million.
So you can get him hopefully relatively cheap. We know it's worked here in the past. We know he liked it here. And archetypally, he fits the type of winger that the Avs need with some playmaking ability. His defensive acumen, no one's going to tell you he's a great defenseman, but he's solid. Like, he's not hurting you on the defensive end of the puck. No. It just seems like it would make a ton of sense as a type of player. Now, there is a possibility that Jonathan Drouin is washed.
Yeah.
That's definitely a risk that you're taking if you're going out and targeting him.
Yeah, he was really bad in New York and he was really bad in St. Louis. And you say, well, that's not very encouraging. But we know he was good in Colorado.
Yep.
He could help the power play.
Yep.
He's very good in that area. We know that he showed aspects of growth in his game that he did not show anywhere else before or after his Avalanche stint.
Yep.
And that didn't have anything to do with Nathan McKinnon. Was he more productive alongside McKinnon than without him?
Yes.
Wow.
As is everyone else.
I was going to say, what a shock. And I would also, the injury thing
it's a problem.
It's something that you worry about because I think that there was a frustration from the coaching staff by the end of his tenure that he was not super willing to play through a lot.
He a guy that it feels like if he's less than 90%, he's not playing.
Yeah.
Like,
it seemed like he was a little bit too comfortable saying, I can't go. So
a fair concern for sure.
That's something I'm worried about. But let's be real here. It's not even Jonathan Drouin so much that we're in love with. It's the idea of
A playmaking winger.
you have $5.6 million to spend that you're trying to spread across 3 players. Getting one that you know fits, that you know can work for you.
2 mil or less.
1.5 million.
Sure.
Like,
That's just good business. Like,
I'm saying 1, we're saying 2 tops.
middle,
if you split
sure.
if you split the difference at 1.5,
which would make him whole on his $4 million deal.
like it's just a fit that makes sense for all sides if the Avalanche strike out elsewhere.
Yep.
And that's where this is a good fallback option. It's safe.
I don't mind it as a main option. to
You're
be honest,
probably I would start elsewhere and then want to go from there. But when it's July 10th and you've done nothing and he's unsigned, like it's just not hard to read those tea leaves and go, hey,
sure.
this could work, right? And you get into the deadline. This gives you money because if that's your big acquisition and the other one is a depth forward and a depth defenseman, you'll have enough money that you'll be accruing all year.
Yep.
You'll be able to accrue enough that you're going to be able to eat the Brent Burns contract at the end of the season, the bonus money.
Yep.
And you would have enough room to go out there and get a guy when you say, hey, Jonathan Drouin in the postseason alongside Marty Necas maybe isn't the way that we want to go about this. Like, it's an upgradable spot at the deadline, but it gets you through the first 50 games of the season pretty comfortably at a very cheap rate. And I cannot stress that the contract is a genuine, like, maybe the biggest selling point.
Softness or not, he's also produced okay in the playoffs. Like,
yeah.
It just, and depending on how the rest of this draft shakes out, you might see me take more guys like this.
Yeah.
Because it just makes too much sense to me to get a playmaking wing next to a Brock Nelson. Or if you want to shift that role, you can play him next to Nazem Kadri if you want to build an offensive line, whatever you want to do. I think Drouin or a Drouin type of player just makes a lot of sense for the Avs, especially if you can get them on the cheap like you were talking about.
Yeah. If it's $3 million, I'm out.
That's a lot harder at that price.
How do you guys want to run this? Do you want to go snake or you want to go again?
Yeah, of course.
All right,
Yeah.
Rudo.
Oh, cool. So
Back
I just
on-
get to pick the same player again? Sick.
Are you going to take Jonathan Drouin 2.0?
Matthias Michelli?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All
right.
Literally everything I just said about Drouin is true of Michelli, except for that he's bad defensively.
Tight.
Younger, probably more upside swing there. I do worry that he has engagement issues and is the type of player that coaches like Jared Bednar are not going to enjoy sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also think you legitimately have a guy that if you get him in the right position and you find things are working, could be like a 50-point guy for you. Could be a genuine like second line caliber production guy.
Yeah, and again, another guy he's left-handed and he's really good on a power play.
Yep.
He does a good job running that side of things. Pacing is going to be a question mark there because he kind of plays at his own pace. He grinds the game down, and because he's not the fastest skater, but he does such a good job of dictating pace when he's on the ice. It's very like the Five Below version of Nikita Kucherov.
Does that not sound like something that would fit with Nazem Kadri?
No, it sounds great. Or Brock Nelson, like either one of those guys. And his last year in Utah was a train wreck.
Yeah.
And I talked to some people around the org about it, and it was like, it just didn't work. Like he and the head coach were butting heads, and he wasn't getting a role that he was comfortable in. And then he went to Toronto, and he had kind of a bounce back
In some ways,
in terms of how he was playing the
Sure.
game, but his production
wasn't there.
And
Yeah.
why Toronto was so keen to move on from him confuses me.
And this is very similar to the Drouin conversation. If someone in free agency wants to make a mistake and pay that guy $4 million, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
Right.
that.
This is the thing. Like, no, it's a hard no.
Yep. But if you want to get that guy for 3 or less, 3 might be a little bit too rich for the Avs blood, honestly.
Yeah, three puts you in a box,
But
with
2.5?
5.6.
2.5, I'd do it.
Yeah, easily. As like hey, he gets a year.
Yep.
If he really wants to get crazy and take a second year.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I want to give pretty much anybody more than 2.
I
None of the realistic targets. I'm not giving more than 2.
Free agency is about not making mistakes as much as it is about getting better. Like,
Yeah, it really is about, hey, you're going to probably pay more money than you're comfortable with for a player, but your option is to not get that player who you have scouted and done your character research on. You think he's going to be better. You think this is going to help.
and then maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yep. The thing that I worry about there too is people are going to look at this jumping cap and be like, all right, let me lock myself down for a while. It before people start realizing like, oh, hey, there's a lot of money and people are getting overpaid. Before that bar gets a little lower and people
it's
can
just
kind of come to their senses.
It's hard with someone like Michelli because he's such a question mark, right? Like, what do teams want? Are they so convinced that they're willing to commit to a guy for more than just like a year or two when it's
Yeah.
someone like that? And in Michelli's case, is he a guy who's willing to bet on himself, or is he
Yeah.
a guy who's like, hey, if you give me 4 years, I'm interested? There's so many variables in that conversation that it gets really hard to know what conclusions are going to come out of that until we see what happens.
Yeah, the Michelli is a great litmus test for like how scary this free agent class is.
Yep.
You could get a really solid player for a bargain bin price.
Yep.
You can overpay for a bum.
could go either way.
Like,
Yep.
like
That's the kind of year it is.
some of these guys are a lot more safe in terms of their production and their profile.
The thing is, like, I'll take my chances on these presumably lower risk guys as far as price and term, as opposed to sending it for an Anthony Mantha, who I think is an absolute mistake to go for.
Like scored 30 goals, 60
Right.
points last. Like that's the Anthony Mantha that everybody believed in and the one that Washington traded for back in the day.
And that's the first time we've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, immediately regretted it.
Yep. I guess that's me up next. A couple people in chat kind of brought him up. I was gonna kind of go this route if Michelli was taken off the board. Ellie Tolvanen is a guy who I really like for
too.
the Avs. Somebody who, I mean, if you're looking to fill like that kind of middle bottom six type area, he's somebody who can play with a little bit of grit. He's somebody who isn't going to get pushed around all that much. A nice two-way guy. And I think, yes, while maybe they could use some help on the power play, that's going to be something I'm really interested to see how they address at the beginning of the season and where some potential changes could go there. Tolvanen's not going to do a whole lot for you on the power play, but he does add a two-way game that I think I like for the Avs.
I was looking at his player card this morning. I posted it in the Avs Discord, our Discord, the diehard one. And I have a fake one too, or a secret one. It's not fake. It's very real. So I'm just in it, whatever. It's not
Organizing.
Yeah. And I did not realize that Ellie Tolvanen took on among the hardest competition, among the hardest minutes of any forward in the NHL. Not on Seattle, in the NHL. He was in like the 96th percentile or something.
Wow.
Like, it's bonkers.
It's
How difficult the minutes were that he played with the Kraken and that he was a reliable producer of points and not a total black hole. This was a thing that we talked about with Nelson and Nichushkin, that as they got harder and harder minutes as the year, their scoring started to dry up. I would like to free him from the shackles of that kind of role and see what he could do. I really have liked the player for a long time, especially as he embraced. I think he's one of those high draft picks, really skilled players who benefited a great deal from learning how to play in the bottom six first by throwing the body and developing a better all-around game as a result.
in a lot of ways, it feels like the opposite of a Michelli, right? Michelli is an upside swing. You're trying to get him cheap. You're hoping for the best. Tolvanen, you know what floor you're going to get out of that guy. And yeah, maybe there's some upside there too if you put him in the correct role and find him in a good situation. My worry with Tolvanen is, again, money.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
I think some team's going to give him north of $5 million.
I think he's coming off of a $3.5 million deal.
Just about, yeah.
And he should get a raise from that deal.
If he wants to do 3.5, I'd try and make it work.
Yeah, I would make that work. I would find a way. It's fine. But I'm worried he's going to get like 6.
6 would be tough. Yeah.
Jack Drury just got 4.5, man. That's the warning shot to everybody, right? Like,
and 5 years.
Be prepared.
I'm talking about that term. I'm saying it's, I don't know. I would like to see the Avs try to make something happen with that, because I do think you talk about the black hole type situation, and that's what the bottom 6 has become not as being a black hole, but being the opposite of being trusted guys that Jared Bednar can rely on. And I think Ellie Tolvanen fits that bill for what he's trying to create.
If you can get him, you can't do 6. You probably can't even do 5.
No.
If it starts with a 4, you could twist yourself into knots, go get an $850K defenseman and like make it work.
Yeah, I think their only hope of this is that they give him way too much term.
Yeah,
to stretch it out.
I mean,
hey, we'll give you a 7th year.
Yep.
You'll feel sick to your stomach about it, but then you're going by year 7.
That'll be nothing.
Our organization's in such a different place. Yeah. We're just not, like it. And that would scare the jeepers out of me. Like I'm like, I like the player, but if you're working that hard to get him,
You better be right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of the position we're in with most of these guys so far.
Yep.
Yeah. It's again, that's just the name of the game right now, though, is in a thin class. You're going to go out there and command as much as you can because I'm the best option.
Yep. I mean, these guys are going out there and going, look at that cap. My
Give
turn.
me money.
You got to hit a floor.
My turn.
F you pay me.
AJ. Oh, wait. We do have to hit our second ad break of the show, and then AJ gets to make his pick.
Tight.
2 free minutes to think about his pick, huh?
Done.
Hey, athletes, weekend warriors, and everyone who loves to move. For those experiencing any sports injury or chronic pain, the Common Spirit Mountain Region is home to an incredible sports medicine program, including their new sports center, Common Spirit Health in Parker. Even if you're not in Parker, they have over 240 clinics and care sites right here in Colorado. So there's a Common Spirit location near you, and they have a team of qualified and passionate providers specializing in the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of sports-related injuries for all athletes, including your Denver Broncos players. Their experts understand the unique demands your body faces, so you'll get personalized treatment plans combining things like physical therapy, injury prevention strategies, and strength training. This isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting you back to peak condition quickly. Take it from me. I'm starting to feel older, and all of my stuff slows down.
Whoa, why'd you look at me?
You're older than me.
That's mean.
All I'm saying
That's
is,
mean.
the occasional massage to loosen things out can help. Or if you're trying to treat something, they've got your back. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench. Even better, get proactive about your health by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. And Common Spirit Health is an official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos.
All right, when you're done with all of that, you can check out Buchanan's Whiskey. Whether you're heading to a World Cup game or watching from your home city, Buchanan's is the whiskey to choose. Rooted in London, this welcoming and bold spirit has made its way around the world, connecting cultures far and wide. This social mixer is awesome with huge groups, family, friends, and coworkers. If you're heading to a fan fest or a game, be sure to try a Bucanita, which is a 1.5 ounce Buchanan's Deluxe and 4 ounce pineapple juice. Easy to make, easy to drink, and it's delicious. Be your own bartender. Try to make it at home. We'll be hosting watch parties for the U.S. men's national team games throughout the tournament right here at the DNVR bar with plenty of Buchanan's to go around. We'll have samples and prizes for those in attendance. The next game's against Bosnia and Herzegovina in the knockout rounds. $14 Bucanitas all tournament long. Check out thednvr.com/events for more details and a free RSVP. Whether you're at your favorite spot or stocking up for home, make it Buchanan's.
And we are back for the final period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Moving right along with our draft. AJ, did those 2 minutes help?
They were great. I am going to make a lot of people mad. I'm taking Mason Marchment.
Money is the problem again with this guy.
It's the money. It's the money that makes me uncomfortable, but it's the hatred that makes me comfortable.
I get it.
So just the same as Zach LaRue, they need a guy or two that plays with a little hate in their heart. Just some obnoxious, like a yappy little prick on the ice.
You're kind of hoping like
all hate.
Zach LaRue becomes Mason Marchment.
Yes, that's what I've said. He is the baby version of
Yeah.
Mason Marchment. Why not get the real thing to go with them, play on a line together, and then you hate that. You hate that line so much, or you play them separately, and half of your game comes against with one of those guys on the ice, and you're like, okay, well, and then 20 minutes for Nathan McKinnon, that also sucks. And then you're just looking at it going, every line that they have is miserable to play against for some reason. There's no quiet line with that.
It's interesting, too. I think the good version of Mason Marchment is essentially just a better version of Ross Colton for the Avs. He entirely replaces that role and does it better than at least what the Avs were getting out of Colton for the last 100 games.
Yeah.
It's Colton, but more effective.
Yeah, and that's why
Absolutely.
I worry that someone's going to pay him $6 million, but we'll see.
It's the same concern I have. I'm really, really worried that both price tag and term are untenable for a guy that's already into his 30s.
But we've talked about it multiple times this offseason of like something the Avs could use a little bit more of is crazy. Like,
Yes.
Fair enough.
And they went and got Zach LaRue, so they've got one crazy.
Yeah.
You add another crazy. You're starting to become a more complicated team to play against.
Yep.
And you have Josh Manson on the back end where you're like, that dude wants every bit of smoke that exists in the universe.
You can sniff that out a mile away.
Straight up like that. Okay, great. I like this comment. I think Manson and Marchment would fight in training camp. Great. Set a tone.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen that. So
Set a tone.
Blood in.
And then your second pick.
Yeah, so I'm going classic reclamation project here. A guy that I really, really like. I think he had such a bad year in Tampa Bay that I am buying all the stock that it was an aberration. His 5-year average versus what he did last year, you can just look and see shooting percentage, on ice percentage, all of it was in the tank. So give me Oliver Bjorkstrand to bring a little bit of goal scoring acumen back to the middle of Colorado's lineup. It doesn't have the same kind of two-way punch, but he's a better, as Val Nichushkin, but he's a better defensive forward than he's always gotten credit for outside of the analytics community.
I had Oliver Bjorkstrand and Penn on your draft board, buddy.
It was an easy. I didn't want to because it's like I've been talking about it since January, but ultimately, you got to be who you are.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, I almost took Claude Giroux because I really like that fit.
Ooh.
You didn't take one of my guys.
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be a little shell-shocked, I think, by my next pick.
Oh, you took Mario Ferraro. I was pretty shell-shocked by that.
No, for an entirely different reason, because I've expressed how much I maybe don't like the player.
Oh.
Give me Eric Holla.
Okay.
It's for that exact kind of mindset too. If the Avs need a guy who's going to get under the team in other teams' skin, guy who can play with a little bit of grit, guy who's a pest in every definition of the word. I feel like that's the definition of a guy like Eric Holla, who not only is he that pest, but he has a bit of a goal scoring touch, or at least a point getting touch.
Do you think the Avs need a middle six forward?
Yeah. Well, and the thing with Eric Holla is he's probably shaded towards more 4C at this point in his career. So you could be looking at more of a Jack Drury replacement. For me,
In that world, you're moving Svechkov up your lineup or LaRue, right?
so you're moving. For me, what I'm doing, I'm putting Nazem Kadri on Brock Nelson's wing, and to start with,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna play Svechkov as my 3C,
Fine.
or alongside Nick Waugh. I'm a little nervous about putting two primary playmakers next to each other like that, and not knowing exactly like. Is Parker Kelly like the other wing? That's a
first 20 games
soft
of the
spot.
season experiment of where does Kadri end up in that lineup?
Yes.
Where is LaRue good enough to stick on like a third line? Like,
Yeah.
You have to figure things out with that lineup for sure.
Yeah, but with Holla, like you're raising the floor of the bottom of your roster, and you're saying, hey, we don't really think that Fedor Svechkov is like what we should be doing. As a fourth line center, he's not. He really doesn't fit that archetype. He's not that guy.
Sure.
Joe Sakic said they thought that he was like a Jack Drury type. It made me wonder if Joe Sakic has ever watched Fedor Svechkov play hockey.
He's not that.
He's just not. So with Holla, I'm limiting the role that I'm giving him. But again, this is a buy low option for 1 year.
Yeah.
And it removes you having to overpay at a deadline for a depth guy. And it keeps you with the assets to get a middle six guy.
Right. No,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, there is some concern with Holland. I think this is not a long-term fix for the team.
No.
There's something to be had here.
Which is fine. You don't got to worry about it.
That's exactly what I'm going into this with.
Right. There's an argument to be made that the best thing the Avs can do on free agency day is leave room for a deadline deal.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why we were talking about Drouin with a $1.5 million. It gives you cap space to do whatever else you need to do.
Right. No, and I mean, there's age to be taken into consideration with a lot of these guys too. Eric Hall is one of those guys who's getting up there in age. So obviously you're not giving him the same role you would have given him 5 years ago or anything like that. So that's kind of where I go with that.
And again, Kadri in this world, Kadri moves to your top 6 on the wing. I would take Nazem Kadri over Val Nichushkin.
I'm curious to see how well it works on the wing because they tried it a little bit last year and it wasn't great.
It was not.
But if a little bit more comfortability happens there, I do wonder, Nelson's kind of a primary shooter. You want Kadri to be a primary shooter. I don't know how well that's going to work.
Yeah. I'm also, for the record, kind of down on a future Val projection.
Fair.
So I think there's a decent chance that whoever they get will
replace a good portion of what Val was going to have
is this year.
Sure.
But I don't know if they will necessarily replace the 49-point production and the two-way play that Val gave them last year.
All right.
Fair.
It's time for my pick.
Rudo, go.
I'm picking tacos because it's Tuesday.
Ooh.
Happy Taco Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Who doesn't love themselves a classic Crunchwrap Supreme from our friends over at Taco Bell? You can't do any better than this. Look at that shape. Look at that size. It's hearty. It's delicious. It's got everything that you love at Taco Bell. I know I love it, and I love to enjoy one of these on a Taco Tuesday.
I'm sitting here finishing my bite. You savor it. Everything hits so well. Everything hits so well. You got the beef, you got the lettuce, you got the tomato. It's everything you want from a taco and a little crunch wrap. This is my go-to at Taco Bell, you guys. And you got the fire sauce in there. It hits so hard.
Fire sauce all
every
day long.
single time.
Happy Taco Tuesday, friends.
Taco Tuesday, that crunch wrap was really good. Love crunch wraps.
Taco Bell gets a weird rap for stuff that's not necessarily true about how often you use the bathroom after. It's for my money, I know we live in a great location for Mexican food. I like Taco Bell, dude.
It's good. It's easy. It's fast.
It's good.
It's got Baja Blast.
Ryan caught me off guard there too because he was like, I'm gonna talk and then you talk, and I took like the littlest bite that was like the hardest to chew too. It was crazy. Anyway, happy Taco Tuesday. Rudo, your pick.
Actual last pick. I want some help from you guys because there are 2 guys in my mind that I think I would take with this pick.
Great.
One is Claude Giroux.
Okay.
And the other is Michael Bunting.
Michael Bunting.
So can we throw Michael Bunting and Mason Marchment into the same lineup?
Yeah.
And with Zach
Just
LaRue?
go full crazy.
And now
I love this.
Now you're team psychopath.
Yeah, right.
You won the cup with team male model, and now you're team psychopath.
I'm down.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Talk about a pesty guy in Michael Bunting.
Yeah.
He was an addition for Dallas that I really liked.
Yeah,
At the deadline
And
last
then it
year.
like ended badly.
Yeah,
Really badly.
they're healthy scratching him basically the entire postseason made absolutely no sense.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. But so Bunting is like the crazy guy who you're hoping for like a rebound and can be a legitimate producer like he was at times in Toronto. Like,
Yeah, he's a good middle 6 player that understands how to play with skill.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be the skill, but he understands how to fit with it.
He's also a guy that I really appreciate having played on so many teams in the last couple of years too, because he understands having to switch your role and being in the situation that you're in, that you're not going to play the same exact role everywhere you go. He's a guy who can.
You can be crazy in any role.
You can be crazy in any role, but like you have to learn to shift and adjust.
Yeah.
And he's had to do that a lot over his career, and so come do that with the Avs.
That is a really glass half full way to present him being on so many teams
No,
in
and
just
that's
a
why I was
short
like-
number of time. I love that. That's hilarious.
And then the other side of it is Claude Giroux, who continues to fit that playmaking archetype. At this point in his career, he's a wing.
Very much. He's a
but-
wing who wins so many
and that's
face-offs.
the thing about Giroux is like, can he help you replace some of that you lost with Drury?
Yes.
The Avs are comfortable with a role like that. They have Landeskog take a ton of face-offs too. They know how to make that work. And he's even like, is he old? Sure. But even in his old age so far, he's been an automatic 35 assist guy every single year.
Yep. Yeah, and he can. The only real problem I have here is that he's another right-handed guy.
It's true. You're starting to get a lot of righties at that point.
And now you're looking at, hey, if you're going to maximize Claude Giroux's value, you want to put him on a power play unit. You cannot put him on a power play unit with Cale Makar, Martin Necas, and Nathan McKinnon. That's 4 righties. You're not going to succeed
We
with
watched
that.
a 4 defenseman power play today. Maybe you can play 4
Oh my
righties.
God.
I don't know what the hell that was, brother. You should have asked Teddy about that.
I
That was-
should've.
My goodness. Yeah, so I think I like the idea of Giroux in there are aspects of it that make a lot of sense. He's on my list as well as like, hey, like if they ultimately do this, it's fine. But between those two, yeah, I would choose Bunting just as a better fit for. I mean, you want to talk about trying to replace Ross Colton as close as you can to
that is Michael
a
Bunting for sure. Yeah.
a stylistic replacement.
You
Yeah.
just run into another issue here then of he made, what was it, 4.5 last year?
It's
Yeah.
just kind of one of those situations where it's like, did how it ended in Dallas tank his value or not? Like, is a team going to be willing to commit seriously to him after that? And the answer very well may be yes, and then it would be hard for the Avs to do. But
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the thing that a problem that we ran into here with trying to draft these guys is the class just isn't very good.
correct.
It doesn't provide a lot of avenues for clear-cut replacements. They would have to go into the trade market to do something.
Which you've already seen a lot of teams do
Yeah.
so far this
And
year.
And we'll continue.
Unfortunately, the way we've seen free agency play out, a bad class doesn't mean everyone comes cheaper. It just means worse players get bigger contracts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I see Chad talking about the age of the Avalanche. Yeah, they're old, but if Claude Giroux, you're not signing him to a multi-year deal.
Right. That's
in
like
this
1
world.
year.
Yeah.
You're signing him for 1 year. Like if he hits the wall for you, it's a cheap 1 year deal. You move on at the deadline. You find somebody at the deadline that
Replaces that
yeah,
role,
that
whatever.
does that
yeah.
job. It's not hard.
Yep.
And like it's just
If you want to get younger, go get Michelli. Like,
right. Or
This is true.
spend a lot of money on Tolvanen.
sure.
Like, and then you're asking, is that really a good use of funds?
Could be.
There are, and it's a class full of guys that can help your middle six.
Yes.
And
For the right price.
Which is exactly what the Avalanche need. You
Yeah.
move out Valeri Nichushkin, you move out Ross Colton. That's where your biggest holes lie.
And you look at, could it work with a guy like Vladimir Tarasenko? Yes, it could. He showed well in a third line role last year.
The Avs don't need another shooter, though.
I think I would. I hear what you're saying, but like with replacing Nichushkin specifically, you're not really replacing a shooter.
Yeah.
You're sort of replacing like an all-around offensive guy that does a little bit of it pretty well,
Sure.
but none of it really well.
Also, Tarasenko can't skate anymore. Like, also a problem. But
The pace is a problem, but then you have Nick Waugh.
fair. If you're
You have
putting him on the
Nazem
line.
Kadri. Like
Again, I come back to they all want to shoot, though. Like,
yeah,
I just don't know that it fits.
yeah. It's
Put Bunting on there, Tiff.
yeah. Bunting would be a good
Best
pick.
option.
I mean, you guys just keep rattling off names that you go, sure. Yessi Puljujärvi, I'm in. I have no problems. His hip is healthy. I would give it a whirl.
When you have $850K burning a hole in your pocket on July 15th,
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm in, man. Patrick Laine on a bonus laden deal. Yeah,
Sure.
no problem. You could talk me into that. There are a lot of those guys. I was telling them I have a list of 23 players that I put out, and not a single one of them do I look at and say this is a clear-cut home run in your top six, except maybe Victor Arvidsson. And as I mentioned earlier, is it a dead cat bounce type season that he just had in Boston?
Yep.
someone's going to find out.
So like there isn't what I like about Bjorkstrand and what I like about Tolvanen is that these are and Arvidsson really is that these are guys who can score goals for you. They're good shooters, but they are good all around players as well. With Michelli and Drouin, you're talking about more playmaking.
Yep.
Who can also shoot for you. The softness is a concern, but with
On both of
Tolvanen,
them, for sure.
with Tolvanen, Marchment, and Bunting, and even Haula, you're
No
getting
softness problems there.
There's no
Yeah.
soft. You're not worrying about any of the like gritty aspects of the game with any of those guys. They all check that box.
Yep. That's our picks for upcoming free agency.
We could have done 5 rounds of this, honestly, and just continued to list. We would have just drafted almost all the guys that we just talked about. Yeah.
Yep.
If there's a guy that you really like, there's a very good chance it would be fine.
Yep.
It's that kind of class.
It really is.
It comes down to far more about how much money any one of these guys cost.
Yeah, and at Dev Camp earlier, I was talking to Jesse Montano, and I said, the guy that I want is the guy who gets frozen out on July 1st.
Yeah.
It's not one guy in particular that I'm like thirsting for. It's which guy didn't get the contract on July 1st in wave 1, which guy didn't get the contract on July 2nd in wave 2 and gets frozen out of the thing. And then we have an emergency pod to do on July 10th.
Yep.
And that's the guy who signs for $1.5 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the guy that I'm after.
Which is fair. We do, I believe, have one super chat to get to from Ryan B1, veteran min flyer, line A, or Drouin. Any guess there at all?
I think
Yes.
Drouin probably is going to cost you more than Vetmin. Line A, maybe not. Maybe there's a world where you get line A on that, but
I think their base contract this year could be right in the same range, but Drouin has buyout money he's getting from St. Louis, and Line A will have a bonus contract, a bonus laden contract.
again, the buyout money for Drouin, it would be at 1.3, I think, would
that
make
they
him
have
whole.
to make up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's
Which
both
not,
of those
not Vetmin, but super cheap. Like,
right. You're talking about a couple $100K.
Yep.
And they have the room to go, instead of 850, they have the room to go to 1.3.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a big issue for the Avs.
No. As we mentioned, kind of moving in as we wind down the show here, we've talked about a couple different guys as standouts, and I want to throw out a couple names just as guys we glossed over in this round. Anthony Mantha being the one at the top of the list via puck.
That dude's a landmine.
Puckpedia, hello.
I'm convinced that dude's a landmine.
Same. I'm so hard out on it. Not even interested.
If the conversation around him was even in the ballpark of $2 million, I'd be a lot more interested. But some team's going to give him money and term, and it's not going to go well.
Yeah. I mean, if you got that guy for $2 million in this market, that guy's agent should be fired.
Agreed.
Fair. Patty Kane,
Nope.
Too old.
too old. I like this. Matt Zuccarello.
I'd be into it for the same reasons for Drouin and Michelli. I would be into it. He actually plays with a little more of an edge than any of those other guys. So I would be into it. Why would he leave Minnesota? I don't know. But free agency opens tomorrow. He doesn't have a contract. So like I would have the conversation. I think the price tag is probably
Too high,
prohibitive.
Too much.
If it wasn't prohibitive, I think he'd already be re-signed.
Another one who I don't like this for the Avs, but Anders Lee is heading to market as well.
It bums me out. Just as
Careers come to an end, man.
just as an Islanders guy, that bums me out. But no, thank you.
Very
much not what they need. Yeah, you're right.
Vlad Tarasenko.
Yeah,
I'm good without.
I touched on it. If that was the move, I'd be okay with it. I'm fine.
Boone Jenner.
This one's tougher because he's got great intangibles and he's so well liked. But Boone Jenner, the actual hockey player, has gone way downhill.
Being friendly doesn't win championships necessarily.
Way downhill. His play smashed into a wall last year.
Yep.
Way too high event on both ends of the ice. It's slow Miles Wood, and I don't want that.
Yet another contract or yet another deal with a former Columbus Blue Jacket too for the Avs.
Yeah. That Colorado Columbus
25% chance of everything they do.
Somebody who, I mean, we've brought up a couple different times. Jack Rosselbeck is fairly high on this list, which isn't saying much, but
he was on my list kind of like in the soft middle portion where it was like, if it's another like 1 year, $2 million deal late in the summer because he can't
Like
get a
he
contract.
signed last time.
Exactly. Like, sure. This is kind of where I'm falling. There are very few guys that I am like truly hard out on.
Fair. If the price is right.
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys.
Yeah.
also heard, again, not the greatest locker room guy. So there is that, kind of play.
That has circled him his whole career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since he was a wee lad.
Yeah. I got nothing else here, guys.
Did we talk about Bobby Brink at all?
No, mostly just because if he hits market tomorrow, I'm interested. But when he re-signs in Minnesota on like a 2x2,
which is pretty likely to happen. Fair enough. Just one of those names that have been floated out there a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm also interested to see where Corey Perry goes.
I'm always interested to see
retirement
just because
home.
he like Corey Perry will travel. Like has stick, will play. Like he's just all about whoever wants to pay him, he's good.
As
Well,
we head into overtime here.
If you want to lose a cup final, Corey Perry's your man. So
Yeah, we're not in overtime for very long. Head over to the DNVR.com where the conversation continues. That's all I've got for this free agency. It's going to be a very boring day for the Colorado Avalanche.
we'll make it more fun. Come hang out with us for 5 hours.
Probably boring, but if it's not, then something probably bad has happened.
As Rudo mentioned, I will not be going live, but these guys will be going live for free agency day.
Yeah, I think 10 a.m. is
10 to 2, and then our recap from 2 to 3, basically. It might be like 2:30 to 3:30, but
Yeah.
I'll be there for the recap show, but
you get to watch prospects instead.
woo, can't wait. So yeah, come hang out with the guys as they break down free agency live and react to it at the same time you all do. Until then, this has been the DNVR Avalanche Podcast. We will see you all tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.